What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about how you guys can double your money while driving for delivery apps such as Doordash, Postmates, Ubereats, Grubhub, you know the companies. Alright, so first of all, if you guys haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. My name is Markley. I'm always trying to give out as much entrepreneur advice or delivery driving advice or any kind of money advice as I possibly can. Just trying to help out my audience. And if you guys haven't yet, please smash this like button because I know it's going to be full of a lot of information. So hopefully this video helps you guys out. So let's get to it. So I'm going to give you guys 5 tips on how you can double your money. And I'm not going to say that this is guaranteed to double your money, but it's definitely going to help you out quite a bit. And it has helped me out quite a bit. And I'm not saying I doubled my money. I just work half as much and I make the same amount of money because I just don't delivery drive full time anymore. So first of all, number one thing that you got to do is you got to get on multiple apps. If you guys are just doing one app, especially if you're doing Postmates or Ubereats, I consider those two to be the worst delivery apps that you can drive for. They just aren't very good, and they're just kind of slacking on like a lot of the features, you know, compared to Doordash and Grubhub. I generally feel are much better companies to work for, and you can survive on just working for one of those two rather than, I don't think you absolutely need to get on multiple apps. But if you're doing Postmates or Postmates or Ubereats, you should definitely get on a second platform. The reason is because you can be on you can have more options coming in, and who doesn't want more options? You know, if you're only getting options from one platform, then you're limited to what that platform has to offer you. If you get multiple, you can sit there and be a little bit more picky, and the more picky you are, the better the orders you're going to get, because you don't want to accept every single order that comes in. Number 2, the second thing that's very important is you got to drive to the restaurants. You know, you can't be sitting at your house if you live far away from the city or something and expect to get any orders. On top of that, when you're sitting, so for example, a good place to go to is like an outdoor mall. On top of that, when you accept orders, you want to keep in mind where these orders take you. Do they take you super far away from the city? Because then you're going to have to drive all the way back to the area to get another order. You're not going to get something if it's really far away, you know? So let's say we have this like square and all the deliveries come from the area in the middle. If you have to go way out of this square, you have to consider that order that's like $10 for 5 miles, that's actually $10 for 10 miles, you know, because you're gonna have to drive all the way back to get another order, you feel me? So it's just very important to consider where these where the drives are taking you, you know? Of course, you have to consider, like, for me, I live in Las Vegas. Anything that takes me to the Strip, I completely ignore. I don't even attempt to deliver to the Strip because it is a nightmare. So I'm sure there's a place like that for you guys. Maybe it's the downtown area or something like that, you know? Number 3, the biggest, it's not the biggest, most important thing, but it is very important that you don't drive super fast, you know? You want to save as much gas as you possibly can, because when you really think about it, if you're driving fast, you're going to get around half of the miles per gallon that you normally would. Now, if you do a drive that's 10 miles or something, that's half a gallon, you know? That's $1.50 depending on where you live. Now, that could be $3 depending on how fast you're driving, you know? So sorry, that was a little confusing. If you're driving slower, that can be half of that amount that it's going to cost you, you know? So what you want to do is drive slow. Don't drive slow, but like drive normal. Just don't speed everywhere you go, because that extra 20 seconds that you save is not going to be worth it, especially if you get a speeding ticket. You feel me? The next tip, we got to really consider standards, because if everyone doesn't have a standard for the order that they're taking, sure, where it goes and all that stuff, you have to have a certain standard that you don't go below. If you guys don't have any standards, then you're just going to accept things at random, you know? So you got to really make up like how much you're doing per mile. And this is not going to work for Postmates and Ubereats. Maybe Ubereats, I'm not sure. I'm not totally updated on how their system works. But places like Grubhub and Doordash, when they tell you exactly how much you're going to make per order right up front, and there's a chance of making more, you know, at least if it says $7 for 5 miles, that's how much you're gonna make. So you gotta consider, like for me, my personal standard is that I don't go below $1 per mile. So $1 per mile is my standard. That's just because I drive a big car and I don't get the greatest gas mileage. It's also, the more miles you drive, the more you're devaluing your car, and devaluation of your car is a huge factor. That can, like, if you're driving around a nice car, don't do what I'm doing. I'm driving around a pretty nice car, costs around $35,000, which is why I don't do very much delivery driving anymore, because devaluation is huge for me. So you got to set a standard for yourself, and $1 per mile is my standard. But if it's a crappy order, like if it's taking me away from my house and I wanted to go home or something, it's got to be $2 a mile, you know, because I'm gonna have to drive all the way back. So these are all things that you really need to consider. And the last and most important tip that you can have of all of them, the most important one that you can take away is drive at specific times. You know, if you guys have stuff to do throughout the day and you're driving full time, you're gonna want to schedule these things to do around like 9 or 10 a.m. when nothing is going on, or around like 2 to 4 or something when no one is ordering, because you don't want to be driving during the wrong times of the day. So my best advice for you, I recently discovered that driving super early in the morning is a good time to drive because there's not that many people on the road, so generally you have first pick of the best orders, and you can be more picky when the more orders are coming in, you know? The other day I made $70 in 2 hours, and that's on like $35 an hour for 2 hours. That is great, you know? Can't get much better than that. So you really want to like pick specific times, and if I could recommend any times to you, I would say if you're down and you are committed to wake up super early, wake up at 7 o'clock, dash from 7 to 9, do a breakfast shift from like 9 to 11 or so. Probably not the best time to be delivering because everyone just got to work. You don't want to be driving during those times. Lunchtime from like 11 to 2, when everyone who works at an office job is ordering, that's the best time to be driving, because I mean, you're getting more orders, you know, the more options you have, the better it's going to be. So I would, if I was you guys, I would be at like an outlet mall at 11 o'clock waiting for the order to start coming in. The next time is dinner time. Obviously dinner is going to be the most important time. That's consistently been the times that I make the most amount of money is during dinner times. Also, to consider another thing is the days that you're driving. You do not want to miss the weekends. Saturday and Sunday, you're almost always going to make more money than you are on any of the other days, because people are ordering all day long, right? They're not just working 9 to 5 like they normally do. They're sitting at home all day, so you could be getting orders all day. So all those hours that I told you, they don't really apply as much to the weekends as they do during the week. So Saturday and Sunday, I've consistently always made more money on those days. So they're really, really super important that you work on those days. Anyways, if you guys haven't yet signed up for DoorDash, my affiliate link is linked in the description down below. So sign up with that. You'll get $50 after you do like 200 deliveries. As of this video, they change it all the time. So if you watch this video in a year, it might be different. Maybe it'll be more. Maybe you'll get $150 or something like that. And also, if you guys haven't yet, check out my footwear channel, my footwear company. It's offaxisacrobatics.com. Use my discount code offaxistanner and you'll save 30% off. Again, if you guys haven't yet, subscribe and smash the like button because it's going to help out my channel a lot. And hopefully this video helped out you guys. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any questions, and I will be sure to answer them in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.